Hi, my name is Joet Reoma. I'm with Red Cross and with the local disaster action team, as well as for the national relief for deployment national. I'm also working with the herb as a driver. So what attracted me to the American Red Cross? I've known about the Red Cross as a global and local organization when I was a student in Hawaii. And that's when I actually joined as a first aid specialist. And then when I came over here in Michigan, I joined the Red Cross once more during the Katrina time. I was deployed in Central Florida with Hurricane Wilma. And one of the things that really attracted me to the Red Cross is that the Red Cross is a global organization, and it prides itself in compassionate and the mission of the Red Cross is so attractive in terms of alleviating human suffering in the midst of a disaster. And then most of all, I think with the Red Cross, we have a very strong training program before deployment and during deployment. There is so much support in the hierarchy of the Red Cross that it's wonderful to be part of that entire structure. Why do I continue to volunteer? Oh my, it's really a personal decision on my part to continue volunteering at the Red Cross. It gives me happiness to be able to help. And then one that really attracts me with the Red Cross is that you develop lasting relationship with your coworkers in the field. We are kind of trained in batches, and you start working together, and then you get deployed together. And when you're deployed together, you basically share the same shelter, and so you start developing camaraderie among yourselves. And as I said, one of the things that attracted me is the training, and I think that training is very precious, as well as you can transfer that in other organizations that you volunteer with. When we are deployed, many of us, hordes of volunteers of the Red Cross, actually rush to a staging area. And when you see them together there, waiting patiently, so we rush very quickly to the staging area and then wait very patiently. You see actual enthusiasm in their faces. And that really is moving because you kind of share it with them. The other moment that is moving to me is when you actually help somebody who's very saddened by the situation they are in because of the disaster, and then they kind of give this big sigh of relief, crying and very thankful to the Red Cross. And then here we are telling them that the donations that you are receiving comes from the public. It's just the Red Cross is delivering it to you. Since I retired formally from my work about 10 years ago, I've been volunteering in a lot of places, including the Red Cross. And I have come to expect that every organization I volunteer, and now this is from my experience with the Red Cross, that I would expect a lot of training before actually doing the things that I need to do. And to a large extent, the Red Cross is very different because we have a very strong training program before deployment. And that is something not present always in other organizations that I volunteer with. I think we are making, well, personally, I think I'm making a great difference in our community. One of them is that whenever I'm deployed with the Red Cross, I do write a report of my experience and basically list out the lessons that we should be taking. within the organization of Red Cross, I think this kind of report making do make a difference in terms of refining the structure, improving the hierarchy, the flow of command. And I'm kind of proud to say that I actually contributed in terms of the code of conduct for Red Cross volunteers. What advice I can give to possible volunteers undecided to join the Red Cross? Well, about three step process, I suppose. One is that you look at inside yourself and ask yourself, why do you want to volunteer? In my case, at my age, I'm retired. I volunteer because I'd like to give back the blessings that I receive, and then to make a difference. If you're young and you have not decided exactly what you'd like to do, ask yourself, what do you really want to do with the Red Cross? And I think the Red Cross is the best way that you can hone and explore and develop skills for your career. The second or the third step, or the second step, is that you ask yourself whether the mission of the Red Cross, of course you read the mission and the values and the principles of the Red Cross, and reread them again, and see if there's a match between what you have inside you and the mission. And if there is, you should join the Red Cross. And when I say join the Red Cross, and this is the third step, do not just find time. You actually create time for the Red Cross. And the first step that you should be doing is to join an orientation class. And I can guarantee you that you'll be convinced to join the Red Cross. My name is Joet Reoma. This is my Red Cross story. What will be your story?